What's up, guys? This is Brendan from Get There Fitness. Now, I've been having a lot of people ask me about my workout routines, and what I wanted to share today was the one that I find most important to my life. It's the one that I do every single day, first thing in the morning. Now, it's not the longest, and it's definitely not my favorite to do at all. Waking up 30 minutes earlier in the morning is painful. As much as 30 minutes is, I know it's a short time, it's still very, very painful for me, even after having done it for a very long time at this point. Now, why it's the best one for me though is that I've seen a massive amount of focus and energy and productivity, not just in my physical performance, but in my regular day job as far as working at a computer all day goes. And when I've fallen off the wagon, that performance level just nosedives. Not immediately, but in about a week is all it really takes. So, without further ado, let me walk you all through it. Now, the first thing that I do is I want to get some cardio in. Now, running and cycling are great, of course. That said, sometimes you can't get out of the house because maybe it's raining or it's too cold or you can't get away from your dog or whatever. Now, it's understandable to make an excuse right there, but there's always equipment like treadmills and bicycle trainers, and even then, a jump rope will do. And if you have nothing but excuses after that, just jump up and down, and that's all it really takes. Not for a long time at all, maybe for like 2 minutes, just really getting after it. That's all you really want to do. Remember, this morning exercise isn't really about going as hard as you can, but really being gentle with yourself and just to wake your body up and yourself. You might even save a little bit on the coffee first thing in the morning, believe it or not. So that's another benefit that I hadn't really thought about until just now. So after I get done jumping up and down like a maniac, I usually run straight into push-ups. Now, what you'll see in the video is that I start with the hardest push-up that I can do, and that's feet up against the wall, fingertips, starting with my push-ups way back there. And I'll quickly fail at that and go to my palms, and then fail at that and move up. Move my arms up to make it a little easier, back on the fingertips, fail there, back down to the palms, and I'll continue this all the way down until I'm doing push-ups on my knees. Now, why do this? Well, for one, you can fit a lot less push-ups in with even more of a benefit there. It's about getting it in time and reinforcing that philosophy that it's okay to fail. And that's something you're going to keep in mind throughout your day, is just get away from that, any fear of failure that you have, and just roll through it. Something doesn't go your way, that's okay. You've already failed 20 times before you've even gotten started today. That's not going to be a big deal. Now, moving into next, I found myself in deep lunges. We're trying to get the blood flowing through the legs now. Now, what I like to do in these deep lunges, those are good enough just to start out. If you just want to sit in lunges and switch back over and over, that's fine. What I like to do at this point, though, after doing this for a while, is I like to move around in those lunges just to where it's challenging to me. Now, I keep a straight back in a position called hollow body, and I'll move that myself all around in that really low stance. I like to incorporate a little bit of elements from capoeira and qigong, but really at the end of the day, all you're worried about is keeping a straight back and going where it's challenging. And I also like to move down into deep squats. Now, a lot of people, because of over the years not minding their flexibility at all, can't do deep squats, and that's fine. There's a stance called a frog stance, where you get on your knees, and I'll show you in another video here along with it. You're on your knees, as long as you have something protecting your knees. This pose here is phenomenal for building up your hip flexibility. Now, it'll be really easy on you. You'll get the same stretching benefits that you will if you just sit in a squat and try to force it, but you're not going to get in the same pain. You're going to be able to take care of yourself a lot better. That's a great alternative. Now, the next thing I like to take care of is the core. Really, it's the last bit of this morning exercise that absolutely I wouldn't skip on. The core is where your power is going to come from in all your movements, and really it's something that people overlook, and there's absolutely no reason to skip on the core. If you have to skip everything else, that's fine, but do your core exercises, please. I start them off on a pull-up bar doing leg raises. That's the hardest point for me. If you can do harder than that, great. If you can't, then you can move along just a little bit ahead and go to the floor and do your core exercises. But I like to focus on doing L-sits for a good period of time, and then leg raises, and I'll flip over and take care of my back as well. That's what is the hardest part for me, handling core. And then coming down from the bar, I'll move over onto the ground, get some in and outs in, find that hollow body position, laying down on the ground, and then maybe log roll into some Supermans back and forth. You don't really have to do it long. Just get to the point again where you're failing one time. Once your form breaks, fail, do something a little easier, fail, do something a little easier, until you can't really do too much else. This last part is the bonus section. Now, if you have anything that you would like to focus on physically, insert it here. This is where it's a good idea, especially something new that you're not good at. Like, I don't know, maybe you really want to get great at Jane Fonda exercises or handstands or whatever it is that you think is cool and you would like to get better at. Go ahead and do it here. This is going to get your mind wrapped around that motion. That way your body can really engage later when you have woken up later on in your day, and you can really apply your energy, focus, and power to these. It's going to help you get at those that much faster. For me, I like to, I notice nobody is all that limber in the morning, and that's okay. If I go ahead and do a little bit of flexibility exercises in the morning, it makes it that much easier, makes me that much more flexible later on in the day. I just do some simple things of working on my hamstrings and maybe opening up my hips a little bit more. And the last thing that I do here is I take a look. I've been working on flanges, and just go ahead and get that muscle memory in for those. That's it, guys. Thank you very much. Again, this is Brendan from Get There Fitness. Let me know if you like the video, if you have suggestions, or you would just like me to go over some more things that we covered today or anything else. Please let me know. Until next time, take it easy.